Samsung Galaxy J7 Perx versus Samsung Galaxy J3 Emerge. Comparison coming up right now. Let's get it started. Hey, what's going on, y'all? RJ here with CV Tech, and this is a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy J7 Perx and the Samsung Galaxy J3 Emerge. Now, both of these phones here look very similar. As you see here, looking at the back here, of course, there's a different color tone, and it's just a bit bigger and everything else. But other than that, the phones look pretty much identical, as you see there. Got the same physical home buttons there and everything. Both of these phones here are really nice. Now, this has a 5.5-inch display, while the J3 Emerge has a 5-inch display. We're going to go in here to CPUZ and just kind of look at the processors and what we're working with here. Now, here on the J7 Perx, we have the 2.2 gigahertz octa-core Snapdragon 625 with an Adreno 506 GPU. Scroll over here and you will see, let's try to get it to be a little bit better. There we go. And you'll see that it does have a 5.5-inch display at 720p with 266 pixels per inch. And it does have 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. Over here on the J3 Emerge, we got a 1.4 gigahertz quad core Snapdragon 425. So you got an octa-core 435 and a quad core 425 with an Adreno 308 GPU. Over here we will see it's got a 5-inch display at 720p at 293 pixels per inch with 1.5 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. So let's go on back home here, and I got all these apps here that I normally run. So let's go ahead here and clear everything out. Now, with the Samsung UI, let's brighten up the screen here just a little bit on the J3 Emerge. There we go. It looks a little bit better. I did set these at 0.5 animations. You know, I know most people, you know, when a phone comes out as factory, it's set at 1x animations. However, I believe that the phone just seems snappier at 0.5. So I got both of them at 0.5. So that's the time we'll be running these tests right here. So let's go ahead and get in with these tests. And you see that the had a pop-up there. So let's just close it again. I know the J7 Perx had it, but we're going to go ahead here and open it up again. And the J7 Perx had it. Go home, go to YouTube. And that was very equal there, pretty much. That was pretty close. I go into calculator, about equal there. Let's go into calendar, the J7 Perx. Go into camera. I believe that the J3 Emerge started up just a bit faster there on the camera. Go into Google Plus, and the J7 Perx had it there. Let's go into IMDb, and it looks like that the J7 Perx is going to take it just barely. Yeah, just barely took it there. Let's go into Instagram, and that was very close. You see that so far these have been very close tests. Go into Play Store here, and the J7 Perx had it barely there. Go into settings, and the J7 Perx had it. Let's go into Snapchat. J7 Perx by a split second. Let's go into Twitter. J7 Perx had it there as well. Let's go into gaming. Now, this is where it's probably going to really make a difference here, is in the gaming department. So we're going to find out here and just see how much faster the J7 Perx is compared to the J3 Emerge. And as you see, it's already almost loaded up there on the J7 Perx. Already ready to go. Game's already ready to play. And there we go. It's already playing and everything else, and now the J3 Emerge has caught up quite a bit longer there in those gamings. Go into Subway Surfer. For basic tasks, it looks like that really opening apps wise, it looks like that both of them are pretty similar. Of course, with this massive processor here in this J7 Perx, it's really a beast. I mean, it's really fast. I know just opening up these game tests here and opening these app tests here is just kind of one of those things that I like to do to kind of show you the speeds of the phone, how the phone opens up. Of course, the speed of your Wi-Fi, the speed of your LTE connection is going to always make a difference as well. But as far as what I am working with here, this is a fair comparison showing my Wi-Fi network, here on both of these devices. Let's go in here to Geekbench 4 just to show you the differences here from the test I have ran previously. Let's go into history here and pull this one up. Let's go to history here and pull up the last one here. And as you'll see, the huge difference. 956 single score and 4569 multi-core score on the J7 Perx, and 648 single score and 1657 here on the multi-core. Let's go into multi-core here, just kind of curious. And as you'll see, it does outdo the OnePlus 3, and it's just about 700 points shy of the Galaxy S7 Edge here on the J7 Perx. And the single core score being 956, we're going to be way on down here. It just surpasses the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So pretty impressive for this phone here, for the J7 Perx with the processor that it's running. So yeah, them are the results, but just for regular opening apps, it's still pretty fast on both phones. It's just when you get into that heavy multitasking, when you get into that gaming situation, the J7 Perx is going to just wipe every game without any issues. Going to play every game without any issues, without any problems whatsoever. While of course the J3 Emerge does struggle with moderate to heavy games. So let's go ahead and back out of here. We're going to just kind of run real quickly through these apps again since they're already open in the background, and just see which one has to reload. Had to reload there on both. Reload there again on both once again. And this right here is kind of showing that the J7 Perx is taking the lead pretty much in almost every test, but they have to all be reloaded, as you're seeing here. None of these, either one of these phones right here is open. They have to be reloaded, which is kind of crazy. I was not expecting that here on the J7 Perx, but that's just the way it is. So very close still though, not much behind. Both of them are working very well, as you see here, taking its own sweet time. Not sure why it's not opening on either one of these phones, but it's just not loading. So not sure what the problem is there. Going to Twitter, and the same thing again, had to reload. Temple Run having to reload. Subway Surfer having to reload again as well. So both of these here are very fast, are really nice fast devices. Of course, when it comes to overall performance, the Samsung Galaxy J7 Perx is a beast. It's super fast, playing games, doing anything, multitasking. The J7 Perx just works very well. Of course, both these have the same display, pretty much. And of course, being a 5-inch display here versus the 5.5 inch, the J3 Emerge does have a better looking display than the J7 Perx. The J7 Perx sometimes looks a little bit washed out. The colors ain't very vibrant. But other than that, the phone is pretty much perfect, in about all ways. But as far as call quality goes, reception goes, connectivity, the J7 Perx does have LTE Plus, while the J3 Emerge doesn't. But they have the same physical buttons here at the bottom. The speakers in the same spot. The battery life is 100 times better on the J7 Perx than the J3 Emerge, but everything else works very well. Just opening apps there, both of them done a very good job. The J3 Emerge was just like a split second to a second behind in the majority of opening apps until you got to the gaming, and then the J7 Perx just ran with it. So that's just my comparison here between the the Samsung Galaxy J7 Perx versus the Samsung Galaxy J3 Emerge. This was helpful in any way. I want to make mention there's a major difference in price here, though. You're looking at between I want to say $150 to $200. Prices is going to vary wherever you go. So $150 to $200 for the J7 Perx, and the J3 Emerge goes from around $50 to around $100. So that's just kind of giving you a broad range of prices there to kind of, different prices, different stores. So if this was helpful in any way and this was enjoyable and helpful, hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Any questions or comments, leave it down below in the comment section. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If you ain't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that subscribe button and that little bell for further content, for more uploads and more comparisons that I'll be doing here very soon. So yeah, y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.